Welcome to Module C- of the PAICE tool, where we are characterizing climate hazards. There's three components to this module: what the climate hazards are, what the thresholds of different years are, and what seasons these climate hazards relate to. So to begin, we have these categories at the top: change temperature, excessive water, insufficient water, storm intensity, and climate-induced biotic stresses. So these are our 5 key climate hazards. Under those, we have the subcategories. So we're first asked to select from that top list, and then our drop-downs relate to those subcategories. You'll see again, once you select it, it will then become green so that you can see what sort of diversity you have occurring. You can choose, you need at least 5 climate hazards to run the tool, but you can go up to 10. Once you've filled at least 5, if you're done and you would not like to add others, you can put NA and that will close out that section. Again, you can retype over NA if you would like to add additional climate hazards, but don't do that once you've moved beyond this module, because then you'll have to recheck and re-input all your data. Once you've selected and put some details on the climate hazards, we then need to set some thresholds for each of them. What we're doing here is we're nominating a unit, and then we're setting a threshold for each of 4 types of years: a mild, moderate, heavy, and catastrophic impact year. So for instance, if you've got a changed temperature, you might have a different number of degree days over 35 degrees Celsius. And then you would put those numbers across. For excessive rainfall, it might be number of millimeters at harvest, so 2, 5, 9, and 12. Storm intensity, it might be the number of millimeters in one rainfall event, or the number of hours it takes to create 15 or 20 millimeters of rain. Or it might be a percentage loss in terms of climate-induced biotic stresses. But what we want to do here is to start to be a bit more methodical about and setting forth the calculations around these. What it also will allow us to do is to do a sensitivity analysis and say, if a climate hazard actually turns out to be 10 or 20% worse than what we're expecting, what would that mean to the system, and what would that mean to the adaptations that we have? The third then component is the seasons that each climate hazard relates to. So a simple drop-down yes, no menu. As always, we want to nominate our sources. It might be that there's just estimates of the group, or you might be using a particular source, and using our notes here at the bottom. So what this does is set us up for the rest of the C module, telling us what our climate hazards are, what are the thresholds, and what seasons do they relate to.